Tourism experts. Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the Tourism Experts Show, where we talk about anything that you need to know about tourism in Uganda, in East Africa, and across Africa, even other world parts, because we keep on comparing for more learning and more experiences. Well, my name is Erin Alena Misango, and I'm with my colleague
Lynette.
Today we are going to dive into a topic that is related to something that we're already doing. Lynette, you know that a meal is a whole experience, and not just in the African culture, but I should say that worldwide, because having a meal entails preparation, it entails presentation,
Yes.
it entails the character, the behavior around a meal, and so many other things, really. The way certain foods, how they're prepared, the staple foods for each culture. You see that there is a lot that comes with having a meal, and that is where we get into culinary tourism.
Yes.
A product that is somehow overlooked currently in the country, yet food is a very important aspect for a tourist.
Yeah.
Because there is no way someone is going to come into a destination or a country and they do not have a meal. Especially for the adventurous and curious travelers, they usually want to explore. They want to test new cuisines in these countries where they've visited. But also food tourism is also some very big product in different countries. Like France, I see that people go to France to do wine tasting, you know. So these are things that we need to look at as Ugandans in the tourism sector. And Lynette, one of the challenges that I feel we are still having is packaging culinary products.
Yeah.
How do you think we can best package culinary products?
First of all, thank you, Ellen. The first thing is to embrace the culinary aspects that we have and to embrace them holistically. In Uganda, just an example, the food preparation process is a whole story, you know, and you talked about the preparation, it's a whole story. And there's a whole significance attached to that story. When you look at the Ankole, the video, which I don't know if I've seen it or they're going to see, the one of the Ankole culture and the milk. The preparation of the milk, the eshabwe and the ghee is a whole process, is a whole story. So first of all, as Ugandans, we have to embrace more our culture and the culinary aspect attached to our culture. And then also, the packaging will be easier if we attach value. That is one. Two, if we're innovative with how we package. Just example of where we are. There's not too much science on where we are. Just at the table where we're sitting. Look at the presentation. Look at the banana leaf.
This is the table mat that we are having today.
Look at the plates we're using, wooden plates. You know, just the simplicity. The design, the decorations on the table was a lemon, a star fruit, and a rosemary. You know, these are simple things, but they make the whole experience really unique and stand out. And this is just the layout of the table where we're sitting and the food that we're having. Then look at the food itself. You know, here we're having plantain, we're having greens, we're having pumpkin, yams, matoke, you know, sometimes even you have kalo, and these are all organic foods. So when we create such a presentation, it makes branding easy. When a traveler comes, even look at where we are sitting. We are sitting in an orchard. You know, we have everywhere you turn, there is a fruit here. You know, we are under a particular fruit. There's lemons there. There's the star fruit, which I was tasting at some point.
Which fruit tree is this?
You know, this is something where they call it peng or something like that. It's a fruit tree. You know, there are so many fruit trees all around us. Those are, I think that's mango.
Yeah.
That's a young mango tree. So,
oranges.
Yes, we're in a whole orchard.
Jackfruit.
Yes, and just down there was dragon fruit, star fruit. So just setting up in such an environment gives a tourist a whole different experience. And so many people around Uganda have such environments, whether in their farms or near their hotels, where your tourists can come, or even in their lodges. But for some reason, we feel they have to always eat from a restaurant. Yet we have beautiful weather, we have beautiful green all around, and these are things which make it stand out.
And eating from the restaurant side, there is a way how the world has taken away the beliefs around food that we had before.
Yes.
Because meal time was usually the time that we could connect together as family.
Yes.
You know how we used to sit on Olujuliro, you know, because every family member at the meal time had to be around to be
present.
served. You get this was a time for connection, for bonding as family members, knowing each other more, you know, because food used to bring us together. But right now, we are in a world where even at our homes, you serve your child food and they go to their rooms. Or probably a house helper is taking tea to your son in his room. You get? Yet food had this bonding nature that we used to have. Now these are the beliefs that we need to bring back on food as we're packaging these products. Let's have people sit together, just like now you see how they've brought us together. Dining tables, when they come in, they didn't come to replace the tradition of sitting together when having a meal. It was just modernizing the tradition, but it had to still be kept that we sit together and have a meal. So again, we also take culinary presentation of products back to the preparation.
Yes.
Let's take people through this process. When someone comes for maybe a meal, for example, here at Kainela where we're having this, take us through the process of banana harvesting, take us to the kitchen now.
Yes.
How do we prepare it? Now you have a garden, you've taken us to the garden, how we harvest, getting the banana fibers that we use, the banana leaves, give us the importance of those products even outside the kitchen. Now take us to the kitchen, you know? Let me learn how to peel. Let me learn how to
wrap.
Okay, to wrap the matoke. Teach me that matoke is just steamed. Teach me how to prepare the luombo, you know, so that by the time I come to the table, I know the whole process. Yes, I'm appreciating the whole process because I've been part of the journey. And this is something that won't leave the traveler the same, because they'll go back knowing they experienced.
Yes.
They engaged in this activity. They cooked. They prepared a meal. You get? Imagine such a story when someone goes back and they're telling to their family, I prepared a meal, a matoke and a luombo while I was in Uganda. Instead of just saying, I tasted a meal while I was in Uganda.
Yeah, and also another powerful part we have with our culinary aspects is the organicness and the freshness of all our produce. Right now, I'm having a pineapple mint juice, you know, and this is a juice you can have throughout the year because we have fresh pineapples throughout the year. Fresh mint. There are countries which don't even see this half of the year. You know, we have mango here. We have beetroot and watermelon. So adding the different aspects of culinary, we have talked about the food. What about the fruits? The juices you can make, the smoothies. You know, what about even the alcohol? Most times we ignore the alcohol aspect of culinary. The mwengevigele, the tonto,
Malwa,
the mara, the bushera, the enturire. These are things tourists actually come to see because they have their beers. You know, when you go to some countries, they talk about Irish beer or this beer. You know, when they come to Uganda, they see the beers that we have, but then they also want to test our local brew. You know, so many times tourists are like, I want to see what local brew do people take, and sometimes service providers are lost because they're like, I don't know, I don't know where to get the good one.
Yeah.
So that's a product that someone can package. Mwengevigele, the Ugandan wine, you know.
But not just selling it, but even the preparation. Let it be a whole
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
Not just selling the product. We are also talking about wellness travel. How people are looking for organic foods right now.
Yes.
That is what people are looking for. Now a client comes in, you take them for a continental meal, you give them wedges, yet they are looking for steamed matoke. They are looking for this chinyewa like you see here, you know. So let's package those things properly. Let's package culinary tourism. It is one strong product.
Low-hanging fruit.
That we can work on and earn from it. We even have, by the way, the Rolex.
Yes, the snacks. We have not mentioned the snacks. So in that, we have talked about the food, the juices, the snacks, the street food, where we have the famous Rolex, which is famous for Uganda, which is usually a chapati wrapped with an omelette, you know, and different things depending on the way you like it. Then we have the plantains, roadside plantain. We have
Roasted cassava, roasted
roasted maize. You know, pancakes like what we had for breakfast. Pancakes, beautiful, very tasty. You know, all these are snacks that tourists would like to come and experience. You know, and sometimes these are small things that can really make a lasting impression for your tourists when they're in the car and you're taking them, you know, on the safari or any route.
Yeah.
You can get some of these snacks in a clean and safe way with high quality. You can still be able to achieve that experience that they're looking out for.
Yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching us. I think that is it that we had about culinary tourism. Please feel free to give us your opinions in the comment section. Give us your ideas, share with us. We still want to learn more, but we also want even our viewers to learn a lot from you. Please give us the opinions in the comment section, and please follow me on all my social medias. I go by Irene Allen Namisango on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X.
Yeah, and I go by Lynette Nakamanya on all my social media platforms. That is Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok. But then, as the last final word would be, I would encourage all people who deal in culinary experiences or culinary offerings. If you have a restaurant and you sell culinary food, add a small aspect of an experience, whereby if there's a tourist who would like to see how a luwombo is made at your restaurant, add that. You know, you can create like a small room where someone can come and take part in that experience. A few years ago, we had a lady, a researcher, who came into the country and she wanted to experience all the culinary aspects in Uganda from all the different foods. And trust me, we found a hard time because we would go to these restaurants which provide really good luwombos and the shabwes and kalo, and we tell them we have a client, she wants to pay maybe $25, but she just wants a small experience to see how to wrap the luwombo at your restaurant. And most people said no, you know. So just add this. There's need for innovation, there's need for creativity, there's need for flexibility. As we are adding more products or sharing ideas and suggestions, let's work together to make more products in the tourism industry to even increase our income. Because if you have a restaurant and you add a room where people can come, I see it at a particular farm where they have a restaurant and they've added that experience. And tourists come to learn and later enjoy the food. So let's work together and boost the tourism industry.
Thank you. Please
you.
don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you've not subscribed yet, and to also turn on the notification button to be notified every time we put up a new episode. For consultants about tourism businesses, we are your go-to people. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. Fruits have come right in time.